Hey, I didn't do this. This isn't my making of this mess. These are the worst jobs, cleaning up after other mechanics. All right, running around again. Here we are. Man, I am cooked. It's hazy. I suspect they're burning the sugarcane fields down in Cuba. That's where we get a lot of our smoke from. Anyways, we're running down here to check on Sam. Punch bug. Oh, that's a Hatteras. Still pretty. There's a big, humongous catamaran again. And we're going right over here to this Viking with the gray hull. Well, that's an hour and a half of my life I'll never get back. Had to do some troubleshooting on that Viking, and it turns out that they hired, how shall I say, another company to do their HVAC work. And so now there's a unit that's not working, and I just got off the phone to make sure that the current captain and owner know that, hey, I didn't do this. This isn't my making of this mess, and that we're going to have to straighten it out if you want us to. So they just told me that they tried to call the owner of the company. So I'm not sure what to even think about all that. But these are the worst jobs, cleaning up after other mechanics. Let me be humble here. I am not perfect. I've made mistakes, but I do my damnedest to make sure that when we leave, it's as right as I can make it. I don't always succeed, but we do pretty good, I think. What's the biggest mess that you've ever had to clean up after somebody else, like on a repair on a boat or something like that? That's like the worst jobs for me, because those people are already not happy. They don't want to hear that it's going to cost another who knows how much to straighten things out, figure things out first, straighten things out, and then repair it. Let me know. Leave me a comment. I'm curious to see what you got. Taking the boat back. Today is the best day to get it back because the guy's got a friend's family coming into town, so he wants his boat back. So we're going to deliver it this morning. Take you guys along for the ride. They said it was only 6 miles an hour. It's more like 12 miles an hour. It might be a little bumpy out there. Hope you're ready for a ride.
Ooh, I think you picked a windy day.
Probably the best day for this. It's supposed to storm on Friday.
Matt just doing his checks before we're gonna take off.
So this is called a tea bag. Get your minds out of the gutter. All it is a T-top, and they call it a tea bag because you strap it on underneath on the cross members and you can store stuff in there. Right now, this one's full of life vests. Nothing dirty. We're just gonna go down this channel, then we're gonna cut over and go through Cow Key. Cruising, there's Robbie's and water treatment. Now we're gonna be going through the next channel, which is Cow Key. It's not too bad out here.
Is it not high tide right now?
It's on the higher tide, yeah.
Are we gonna put underneath?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
I'm chilling though out here in this wind.
Yeah.
Crazy. This guy only had us going 49 miles per hour. He's crazy.
Babe, that's RPMs.
Oh,
Miles per hour.
Oh, how fast were we going then?
I don't know.
Oops.
I didn't even look. So you see me staying in between these markers pretty tight. I don't really venture outside very much because literally it could be a foot deep over there. You got to be careful in Key West where you're at, because if you don't know where you're going, one, a lot of the markers are missing from the storms, so you have to have local knowledge and experience. Because let me tell you, we get boats all the time that don't stay in the channels and get themselves in all kinds of trouble and run aground and tear out their bottoms and out drives and running gear. Stay in the channels and know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, hire a local captain.
Oh, what's this little place?
It's a boat rental place.
Oh, is this the place that's on the end of 5th Avenue?
Uh-huh. You can see the water pipe right there, the aqueduct. You see it's all tore up, the insulation, that's from boats hitting it. So this is a Cow Key Channel Bridge, and it's a low profile bridge. Smaller boats and got to go out at lower tide. If it was high tide, we wouldn't have made it. If it was all the way up, I wouldn't have came this way. I'd had to go around out front or go around out back. Ready?
Look at this big beauty.
Yep.
This boat does tours here in town. Wow, look at this big one here at the end of the galleon. It's black.
Boy, this is a little tight right here.
Rinsing us all down now?
Yep.
Need some wet sanding at the straps.
There's a kink somewhere in it. This is like the crappiest hose in the world.
Hi, Corey. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Haven't seen you in a while. I know.
Where you been?
Working.
Busy.
Take care. Just saw this little boat next to Matt. Guess it's for sale. Parked here at the Galleon. 5600 it says. Matt said get rid of that junky green one. Too many kinks. Are we flushing the motor too?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Make sure you rinse off that cooler up front.
Take this off, hook your freshwater hose up to this. When you're in salt water, you always got to flush when you're done, because otherwise it'll build up in the engine and screw all kinds of things up.
How long were we flushing for?
5 minutes.
So how was our ride overall, you think?
Wasn't bad. Way more bumpy than what I expected.
That's for sure. I was just looking out behind my house and realized that there is a boat fire. That's too bad. It's probably somebody's home. Man, look at that black smoke. Probably burn and sink right there. I'm a good ways away, but man, it looks like the flames are like 10 feet. You can see there's a sailboat right in front of it. Looked like there was just an explosion on it. I missed it. I had my phone off, but I saw a huge ball.
We're getting there. So we got all new lower unit bolts because we don't want to have any problems with. And I put a little dab of grease in each hole for the bolts so that next time we don't have problems. So I already changed the pump in this, the impeller and everything. So that's all done. Now I just have to get it lined up. Shift shaft is a little loose. I wonder if that shift cable's shot.
He contacted us. He said it was shifting hard.
Yeah. I think he's got a bad cable. All right, let's see here if we can get that cable freed up, or we're gonna have to change it.
Oh, corrosion X.
All right.
Better?
A little bit.
It's kind of shallow out there right now, so they might not get that close like they normally do. Wow, this is a long line. Quite a few jet skis in this tour. I still see them coming way across the water.
Oh, that's a little tight. That's like the bolts in here. Why did somebody tighten them down, and why did somebody put Loctite on them? Eric, I just pulled the drain plug out. There's quite a bit of metal on the magnet for the lower unit oil. Just to let you know, I'm gonna drain and flush. All right, now we take up the upper screw and it should start coming out. Oh, jeez, man. Wow. Either this hasn't been done in a while or it hasn't been done in a while.
You're the oily mechanic, not me.
I know.
The grease monkey.
I just pulled out the drain plug on the lower unit to change out the oil, gear oil, and we're making quite a bit of metal. Not liking that. There's some big pieces in there. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah,
you can see it shimmering. Something's grinding.
Yeah, I mean, there's gears in there, and sometimes you get a little fuzz, but that seemed like a lot. Okay, so how you do this is you drain it out of the lower plug, then you fill it through the lower plug, and then you pump it until fluid comes out of the top. So there you go, you got coming out. Let me just put the drain plug back in real quick. All right, there we go.
So here's today's weather. It says it only feels like 91 degrees, and it's 1:30 in the afternoon.
Might as well clean that up while I'm here. See what I did? I marked that right there with a Sharpie before I took it off, so I had made sure I had the right trim setting. That's how you adjust your trim for steering.
Looks like you're getting set up for some water.
Yeah, I'm gonna run it. I'm not gonna put all the cowlings on today. I don't want to do that today. Just a little bit more. There. When I start that and put it in gear, it's going to spray water all over the place. I don't want it on my tools. Reverse.
You said packing up?
Yep. So we just got done with this, got it running, shifting, and everything looks good. I'm going to call it a day, and I will come back probably tomorrow and put the cowlings back on. Hopefully that'll be a wrap on this job. The grease fittings both broke off, so those have to be drilled out. I gotta run an easy out in there and see if I can get them out. If not, then I have to drill and tap. and cut new threads. But otherwise than that, everything seems good. There is some metal shavings in the lower unit. Sometimes boats have that. Oh, and the other thing I need to do is I have to put a new water separator on here, and my strap wrench is at work. Let me go shut these.
Turn off his batteries.
I'm calling it a day on here, thinking about going to the pool or taking a shower. I don't know. I might go to the pool. So tomorrow I'm going to come put the new water separator filter on. That's this guy right here. Gas goes through there and separates out any trash and water. So we'll change that out. I'll put all these little chaps and cowlings back on. I will probably come back at some point in time and get those broken grease fittings out, but not today since it's Saturday. And we're going out with our neighbor.
Where are we going?
We're going to Perry Hotel to the Salty Oyster Bar for happy hour and food.
All right.
Yeah, food. Okay, I'm gonna start taking my stuff back.